What's wrong with the sun? What or who is the sun? Since ancient times man has been fascinated by the sun, combining religion and science to explain this phenomenon, called the sun. We will spend a minute on the cult descriptions to get an astrological, astronomical and scientific overview. Days of the week each dedicated to a planet: Monday Moon, Tuesday, Wednesday Mercury, Thursday Jupiter, Friday Venus, Saturday Saturn, Sunday Sun, the day to which we pay special attention, and, or allocate more energy in our homes and houses of cult oriented not coincidentally to the east. The first commandment says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind and with all your strength." We can also add with all your energy. Where your attention is, your energy is. The word solstice comes from the Latin sol, sun, and stare, to stand still. So, loosely translated, it means the sun stands still. This is because for 3 days, one day before, one day on the day of the solstice and one after the solstice, a total of 3 days, the path of the sun in the sky seems to freeze. The change in its height as well as the trajectory of the sun seems to remain the same or stand still. The solstice, victory of the light. The sun crucified on the celestial vault will resurrect and resume after 3 days 21-20 seconds, 23 or 20-23, the 24th of December. The increase of the days and of the light. After 3 days the sun resumes walking on the heavenly dome. The days begin to grow and the nights to shorten. The light overcomes the darkness, like the crucified Jesus who resurrects for 3 days. In astrology, the sun also appears crucified on the astrogram surrounded by the 12 signs. Fisher of men, Jesus and the apostles are represented by the symbolism of fish culminating in the miracle of the multiplication of the loaves and the 2 fish. Mark 6:30-45. The miracle of the multiplication of loaves and fishes. We also find 2 fish in the astrogram, in the symbol of the zodiac and the symbol of the era of Pisces, followed by the era of Aquarius. Aquarius and his following is also predicted by Jesus, who tells the apostles. Luke 22:7-13. Behold, when you enter the city, you will meet a man carrying a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house he is entering, and say to the master of the house, "The teacher says, where is the room where I will eat the Passover with my disciples?" And he is going to show you a large upper room, ready-made. There you must prepare the Passover. There are other religions that liken the sun to Jesus the Savior, the Son of God incarnate, the Son of Man, God incarnate. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. John 9:5. Let the light shine out of the darkness. He also illuminated our hearts, to give us the light of the knowledge of God's glory. 2 Corinthians 4:6. Cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Romans 13:12. And then shall they see the Son of Man, coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Mark 13:26. In Egyptian mythology, Ra was depicted as a falcon, and shared characteristics with the sky god Horus. Sometimes the 2 deities were merged as Ra-Horakti, Ra who is Horus of the 2 horizons. When the god Amun became prominent during the New Kingdom of Egypt, he was merged with Ra as Amun-Ra. Horus, born on December the 25th, born of a Virgo star in the east, adorned by 3 kings, baptized at 30 years old, followed by 12 apprentices. It worked wonders, called the Lamb and Light of God. He is crucified. He resurrects after 3 days. Other symbols refer to the eye of Horus and the eye of Providence, the eye of God or the all-seeing eye. From Greece 500 BC we have Dionysus, born of a virgin, born on December the 25th. It worked wonders. King of Kings, Alpha and Omega, resurrected. In Persia in 1200 BC we have Mithras, born of a virgin, born on December the 25th. He has 12 disciples. It worked wonders. He resurrects after 3 days. Preach Sunday worship. Attis, Greece 1200 BC. Born of a virgin, born on December the 25th, resurrected after 3 days. All these Bible writings and legends are also written in the stars. Let's give the floor to science without the pretense that it has the last word. The sun is the main source of energy for the Earth's oceans, atmosphere, land and biosphere. The law of conservation of energy tells us that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes from one form to another. Thus all the energy received from the sun must be emitted into space or transformed into another form. All activities, starting from the daily life of people to the most complex industrial processes or information exchange, for example, are dependencies on the ability to consume energy. The law of conservation of energy is an expression of this capacity. It excludes, in principle, the existence of a perpetuum mobile of the first kind, i.e., the possibility of building an aggregate that would produce more energy than it receives from the outside. The sun provides 99.98% of all energy on the Earth's surface. The Earth receives from the sun less than 0.5 times 10⁹ of its radiation energy, i.e., 0.0000000005 of the energy generated by the sun. A deviation of 1/1000th of the energy emitted by the sun leads to the destruction of life on Earth. To achieve this perfect stability, there must be a feedback, a bilateral connection between the sun and the Earth. Otherwise it is impossible to control even for a few seconds energies of this level, precision and stability. 173,000 terawatt-hours, TWh, the energy that the Earth receives from the sun in a single hour. We must also take into account the fact that there are often solar flares, whose bulges are hundreds of thousands of kilometers in size, and the diameter of the Earth is about 12,742 kilometers, 7,918 miles. This energy stability is maintained by at least hundreds, thousands, millions or billions of years, as scientists say, or ignorance. There are also scientists who say that at this energy rate the sun should have used up its energy potential a long time ago. Want more curiosities? If we consider the possibility that humanity as a whole may have energy cycles of 11 years, they will logically also affect the course of the global economy. And if we assume that economic activity and money itself are also energy, what could the sun have to do with the world economy? In the image we see the variation of solar activity perfectly synchronized with the variation of stock market activity. All this can be easily explained if we consider the possibility that in fact the sun is the reflection of the energy produced by the biosphere, the energy of human psi and the spiritual activity of people on Earth. Then the Earth will receive exactly the quantity and quality, the energy produced. In this case, we should not be surprised by the natural phenomena that are manifested by the discharge of huge amounts of energy, negative energy, that we produced and were not able to transform in a creative and constructive way. Your reality is a mirror that reflects your inner world.